Hi guys. Okay, so I just want to talk about something that's been plaguing a lot of marriages and is leading to marital dissatisfaction. People, and I've seen people, in my years of counseling that are really not happy in their marriages just because of this thing. And it is that feeling that they are unappreciated by their spouses. And, they just feel like they are doing so much and their spouses are not seeing them, they're not appreciating them. And this has led to resentment or bitterness, anger, or just feeling of plain tiredness, and they are not trying anymore. And it's a vicious cycle. So one partner is feeling like I'm not appreciated, and the other party is feeling unloved or also unappreciated. So I just want to say that if this is you, then please listen closely, because what you need to do is to, a lot of times what you are doing is you are trying to look at the symptoms, you are trying to fix the symptoms, but there's actually a root cause for how you are feeling or for what is happening that is making you feel the way you're feeling. So you're feeling unappreciated. Have you had a discussion around it? Have you thought about it? Have you reflected on it? Why does your spouse not appreciate you the way you want to be appreciated? Is your spouse a really bad person, or they just really don't see what you're doing and you want to be seen? Do you know what I have realized? All those things we are doing is not what they want to see. What they want to see is what we are not doing, because there's something about human beings that keeps yearning for more. If a need is not met, if there's a need and you want that need met, you keep looking for ways to make that need to be met, to meet those needs. And so you keep yearning for that need to be met, and you keep looking for out for ways. So when there's a need in your partner that is not being met, they'll probably be complaining or be requesting or asking for it or looking for ways in which they can get that thing. And this is what happens because you are not speaking the language that they understand. And so the one you're speaking, they don't understand it. So if you have done something great, maybe you have bought them a gift, a beautiful, expensive gift, and you expect that, this person should really, really thank me. They should see that, wow, I've done this. They should really appreciate me. Even tomorrow, the next day, they should come back and say, thanks for yesterday. I really love it. But instead, the next day, they are complaining about something you have not done or you are not doing. And you are like, seriously, with what I did yesterday, how can you even open your mouth and ask me for this or complain about that? It is because what you did yesterday, they didn't understand it as love. Their heart is still yearning for love. What they understand it as is, oh, you're a good man performing a duty or an obligation. And they are really not feeling what you are doing. Yes, they appreciate it, but they are not showing it in the way that you want it to be shown. So they just say thank you and they've moved on. And they are now still looking for the one that they have not yet gotten. If it is right or wrong, that's not what we are dealing with today. But what I want to say is that instead of putting yourself through this, why not check what they really want? So for a spouse that wants you to support them, to support what they are doing, to appreciate them, to give them good hugs, to hold their hands, or to tell them, to affirm them, to tell them that they are doing well, to be there for them, and you are giving them gifts, they will not understand. They will just feel like you're doing what you should do. I mean, as a husband or as a wife, you're performing an obligation, and so they say thank you, but you are not communicating love to them. They are still not feeling loved. So we need to understand the root cause of this unappreciation that we are feeling. What is the root cause? Am I speaking the language my spouse understands? So maybe you might want to have a conversation with them, a conversation that where you are open, vulnerable, and willing to improve on whatever it is they are saying. It's not as if they are saying it and you're still doing whatever you want to do, because the temptation is there to speak love in the way we understand it or the way we want to receive it, but that might not really be the way they really want it. So you need to understand what they want and give them what they want, not what you want, not what you feel like they should want, and not what you feel like just doing, or not what is convenient for you. Because sometimes, speaking that language that they understand is going out of your way because it is not in your natural DNA, is making sacrifices, but it is worth it. Because I see a lot of people that are dissatisfied in their marriage, that are very unhappy based on this, and this is the root cause of it. By the time you ask questions and questions, you just hear things like, I feel unappreciated. I feel, because it has led to resentment, or they have stopped trying, they have stopped doing things that they are meant to be doing. They are angry, they are, they too, they are not feeling loved again, because their spouse too, after a long time of yearning for love, they too, they are not showing that they love them again. So they are not appreciative. They are not appreciative enough, and they are also not, reciprocating love or showing love. And so the marriage is already heading for the rocks, and you don't even know what is causing it. It might just be something as little as this, that this person wants support. This person wants me to just affirm them, to that I am there for you. I care about you. I care about what you're doing. I'm not just absorbed in myself. I know, I see you, and I'm supporting you all the way. I will do anything, And so, by the time that is what you're communicating to them, even when you are not giving them those expensive gifts, they still feel like they're on top of the world. Because why? You're showing them that you really care about them. It might be something as simple as that, from the foundation, that would change the course of your marriage. So you might want to look into this and make the necessary changes. Have conversations with your spouse where you need to have conversation. Or if you know it, then start retracing your steps. You will see that. And I know that you might have been, you over time, you might have felt hurt about a lot of things. But please, sometimes you just need to, lay everything down and start all over again. And that might be you right now. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your